Past due. He left without paying his rent. This guy just disappeared. So the fact that the PI's car's still here means he's dead somewhere. Not the key. Keys everywhere. Room 201. Was the private investigator killed by someone in this mansion? Why else would the 201 key be here? I have provided a new prescription for your mother-in-law. I wonder if the affair was the reason why everyone's quiet about it. I think she's dead. Now that we've found things out, are we in danger? I think I know why. Maybe that. We are back for another episode, or maybe it's the same episode because I haven't cut the previous episode yet and absolutely nothing happened, so I might not have enough material for a full episode, but maybe this is a new episode. And we are finally in the church. We found the key in the flower pot. It only took us, 5 or 6 attempts to search the flower pots to find the key. What's in the church? Let's have a look around. Welcome to Painscreek Trinity Church. Sunday service 8 a.m. Tuesday evening prayer 7 p.m. Friday Bible study 6 p.m. Community lunch 12:30 p.m. Last Thursday of every month. There's the pastor and the address, Matthew Brooks. So it just sort of clicked. I was editing the second episode and it just sort of clicked that Scott Brooks also died. His gravestone is there in the cemetery. We can just go and confirm that really quick, actually. There we are. Scott Brooks, God's Lent Child. 1975 to 1995, so 20 years old. 20 and a bit. So, what happened there? You know, he's dead. Trish Roberts is dead. And of course, Vivian Roberts is dead. Trish gets put right next to her mother. Scott's all the way over here. I don't think he did it, but there's still something there that we got to investigate. Holy Bible. Church will be closed for the funeral of Andrew Reed, June 19th, 1995, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Church will be open from 5 p.m. Trinity Church. Alright, let's do this for once and for all. The funeral was July 30. So Vivian's funeral was July 30. I'm just going to write that down, actually. So you typically have the funeral within like a week of the death. So even, by most conservative estimates, Andrew Reed was dead before she was. So Andrew Reed is not a suspect. But his death, the thing that got him might be the same thing that got Vivian. Oliver's photography. Taking your favorite moments in time and holding them still. What a beautiful wedding. More than 50 years experience. Oliver Gibson specializes in candid portraits and scenic photography. He is known for providing fun, eye-catching, and beautifully photographed stories that celebrate strong emotional connections. There's the address. No smoking within 25 feet of any door or window. It's a little book holder, maybe. Porch, candles, and a crucifix has been removed. Is that sacrilegious? Maybe. Confessional. How do I unlock? Okay, so there is an unlock feature there. That's interesting. There's one in here too. Okay, and that's also locked. So there's the confessional. Pretty standard bathroom. Living quarters back here. Kitchen utensils, cups. I will stay at the cabin tonight. I don't need dinner, Scott. Hold on. 95, okay, same year. Just had to double check. Okay, upstairs area. Ooh, and a downstairs area. That's locked. Exit, it says. Exit. That leads to an outdoor area? Or maybe it leads to the other part of the cemetery. Okay, so this is going to be Scott's room. Baseball fan. Scott's diary. Saturday, April 6, 1985. Father Matthew picked me up from the orphanage today. 1985. He said I will be staying with him for now and I can call him Dad if that's okay with me. That's a bit early for that. On Monday, he will bring me to sign something. He says that after signing, my name is not just Scott, but Scott Brooks. I'm so glad I now have a home. Friday, May 3rd, 1985. Father Matthew brought me to the attic today. There are so many wooden toys, and he made them all himself. He asked me to choose one that I liked. I chose the toy plane. It looks so cool. He says he can teach me carpentry when I'm a bit older. He even made a secret space for me in my room so I can put my special treasures inside. I love Father Matthew. Okay, we got to find that secret space. Thursday, June 6, 1985. The older boys are always bullying me. They called me a bastard child and a weirdo. They said that's why my own parents didn't want me. What does bastard mean? So 1985, 75, so he'd be about 10 at this stage. Sunday, June 23rd, 1985. Father Matthew says I should be patient, but they threw stones at me. Father Matthew cleaned my wounds. It's painful. Father Matthew told me to forgive and forget. He said they don't know what they're doing. I like Father Matthew, but I hate the boys. Friday, July 12, 1985. Trisha defended me today. The boys walked away when she said her dad is going to catch them and put them in jail. I want to be like Trisha's father. I want to be the next Charles Roberts. That way, no one will ever bully me. Sunday, September 15th, 1985. Derek is always there whenever Trisha invites me to play. He's 5 years older than me. He's like her bodyguard or something like that, and he's really good at drawing. He gave me one of his drawings today. He says he only gives drawings to friends. I wish I could draw like him. Maybe I can make a wooden toy car for his next birthday. So it's a much younger journal. May 3rd, 1985. Pencil sharpener, pencil. Where's his secret compartment? Must be wood-based, you know? Oh, examine. Ah, there we go. Baseball bat. So why don't we just try something silly like, you know, May 3rd, 1985. Doesn't work. When did he become... So, 04, 06 maybe? 0604? Okay. So try May 3rd, 0503. 0305. Nope. Kevin Holland. Could be something to do with Trisha. Maybe. Okay. Bathroom. Is that a... Oh, it's a light, not a levitating cup. Why isn't the base there? Is that an oversight? Father Matthew's office. Photo of previous pastor, Calvin. So that must be Matthew's. Another locked one. Scott Brooks pleads not guilty to killing ex-mayor's wife, Vivian Roberts. Main murder suspect denies killing former employer. Scott Brooks, the adopted son of Father Matthew Brooks of Painscreek Trinity Church, pled not guilty in court yesterday. According to Scott, he met with Vivian in the woods that night but went home after their meeting and did not step out of his cabin for days. When he left her, Vivian was still alive. When asked why he met with Vivian, Scott's answer was that they met to discuss about personal matters, and it was only between the two of them. Scott denied further questioning, stating only that he had nothing to do with Vivian's murder, that whoever killed Vivian must have committed the crime after he had left. As to why Scott was at his cabin for days after Vivian was killed, Scott explained that he did not even know that Vivian had been murdered. Staying at the cabin is just something he has always done, that he feels at ease while at home. Scott is currently detained in the county jail. No bail has been set for his release at this point. Continued page 4. No journal. Photo of Matthew and Scott years ago. Pick up a key. F to store. I returned the tools back to the storage room. To the storage room. The Holy Bible, probably. Doesn't work. The upstairs area here. So this is locked. But how do I unlock it? Where's the... It says exit, but there's no way to... Maybe it's on the other side? Storage. Okay, tools. Excellent. Scott's things. But that's locked. For breaking into cars. Excellent. We have several cars to break into. Now, the sheet about breaking into cars did mention something about cars breaking or things breaking if it's not done properly. So I'm thinking we start with the cars that we really want to break into, and then we, go to the less desirable ones after that. Now, okay, so I don't still have the key, so there's nothing else for that storage key to open. Alright, let's go to the car, which I suspect is the private detective's car. Completely ignoring that car, for now. There we go. 2. PI Steve Moss. So that might be the guy from 2. I came across your name through a March 13th, 97. I came across your name through a close friend of mine. She highly recommended you, saying you are a person of integrity and a very reliable investigator. So I would like for you to investigate the case which happened in 1995 in a town called Painscreek of the murder of Vivian Roberts. I was there when it happened. The body had been placed in front of the mansion gates for everyone to see. A few days later, Scott Brooks was apprehended as a suspect. However, there wasn't enough evidence and he was soon released. 18 months later, the police filed Vivian's case as unsolved. I've tried to forget everything, but I just can't. I simply want to know the truth. I've enclosed a copy of the threat letter that Vivian received the day she died. I hope it helps. For safety purposes, I would like to remain anonymous at this time. I will give you the first payment in good faith that you will agree to my offer. When the case is solved, I will pass to you the rest of the payment. Sincerely, Anonymous. I know what you did. Meet me by the well at midnight. You know which one. Come alone. There's a well at the cabin near the playground, which is Brooks's residence, I think. Okay. Private investigator. Member of the Worldwide Private Investigators Union, PI Union license, Steve Moss. Expires 2001. Okay. 3/26/97. The investigation progress is slow. I've tried to reach people, but many of them have left Painscreek, and those who still remain are starting to move out. I found some evidence showing that things aren't what they seem. The media didn't have it right. I need to interview some people who worked at the mansion. I've been too wary and haven't reached out yet. Matthew seems to be Scott's legal parent. Still won't talk to him yet. I'll have to visit St. Patrick's orphanage tomorrow. It's a day's drive from here. I know Scott found something there. There's something not quite right with all of this. 3/30/97. Vivian married Charles in 1971. After the marriage, she became vice president of the Roberts Mining Company. It went into a slump after the mining accident in 73. But her resilience to not give up led to her rebuilding the company from the ground up. She supported local businesses such as the Painscreek Community Hospital to revitalize the small village. Looks like she was publicly very active. Too active? She was taken to the Painscreek Community Hospital for an emergency operation in 1974. Trisha Roberts was born just before that. Vivian was hospitalized for a few months. She was reliant on Dr. Henry Johnson during that period. So this is the doctor that died, the doctor that worked with Andrew Reid. Suspicious. Security room 025241. Mansion? Question mark. Excellent. The secret lies with her. Achievement. The secret lies with her. 12. The secret lies with her. Is that Sophia? Okay, on this side. I open the boot somehow. So the fact that the PI's car's still here means he's dead somewhere. There's like a handprint, a bloody handprint. So I suppose we're getting like one clue and we're going to it. So let's go to the mansion, but let's look at those other two cars first. So there's one there and there's one here. That's locked. There's nothing here. That's locked too. They're all locked. Okay, off to the security room. I wonder if this is the tool that we need to open drains with as well. What the fuck? I appear to have fallen through the world. It's not good. I can still walk. The opening screen said something about glitches. What if, what did it say? Pressing yes will move your character back to the start of the level. We recommend that you only use this when you encounter a bug that would cause the player to become unable to move. Okay, so that's what we want. Is this going to happen again? Oh, it happened again. What do I even do? Maybe I'll exit out and come back in. If this doesn't work, I'll try the back door. Over here. Excellent. Security room upstairs. 025241. There we go. Ah, nanny room. Trisha room. Tea room. Attic is gone. Guest room's gone. Garage is gone. Employee information. Bernard Hopkins. Date of birth, November 15th, 1944. 31 Silver Lake Boulevard, Painscreek. So we're not, I feel like we weren't supposed to find his house until we found this. Regular employee, butler, staff, and house management. Hired, 5th of the 8th, 1973. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Derek Tyler. Male, date of birth 1970. 43 Silver Lake Boulevard, Painscreek, NL. Regular employee, chauffeur, driving and car maintenance, hired, 3rd of the 23rd, 1990. Hours a day, 8 hours, 5 days a week. Wanda Tyler, February 6, 1947. 43 Silver Lake Boulevard, so yep, same address. Different phone number though. Employee type, regular employee. Occupation, job title, housemaid. Housework, hired 8th of the 24th, 1972. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Remarks, currently hospitalized. She will resume her work when discharged. Andrew Reed. Oh, look at that guy. What a mess. July 22, 1951. 7 Black Pine Road, Painscreek. Regular employee. Gardener, carpenter, handyman. Maintains the Roberts Mansion. Date hired, 8th of the 12th, 1971. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Remarks, hardworking and trusted by Vivian Roberts. They had a pact, man. They shared some dark secret. Dorothy Patterson. That's not how I pictured her. I pictured her being old and maybe with one of those like bonnets on. November 5th, 1935. 40 Black Pine Road, Painscreek. Regular employee. Nanny, childcare and housework. Hired 1962. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Remarks, longest hired employee at the Roberts family. Mary Martinez, still waiting for photo. February 6, 1973. 10 Town Center Drive, Painscreek, NL. So that's good. We have an address for her now. Employee type, regular employee. Occupation, job title, housemaid. Job description, housework. Date hired, 1993. 8-hour days, 5 days a week. Remarks, previously worked at Moon Cafe. That's interesting. Security desk logbook. March 18th, 1994. Someone ran through the garden last night. A man about 5'5", wearing a hooded sweater, climbed the fence wall into the garden. He proceeded to run to the backyard and jumped over the back wall. March 25, 1994. A new stack of VHS tapes have arrived. Please use the new tapes instead of recording over existing ones. I came across a note by Vivian Roberts stuck between one of the old logbooks. It was requesting the search of a missing security tape dated June 28, 1975. So where is that tape? It seems the tape was never found. Well, we're going to find that in one of the staff's possessions, I think. May 28, 94. We have a new security guard coming in today. His name is Samuel Green. Tom Parker will be his mentor to get him up to speed. So Tom Parker was the old one. July 4, 94. Andrew came to the mansion at around 11 p.m. He was very drunk. Scott was called. He arrived around 11:15 p.m. and brought Andrew home. August 12, 94. Today marks Tom Parker's 20th year since he started work at the mansion. He will be retiring from his position next month to take care of his ailing wife. November 2, 1994. There's a strange tale going around Painscreek recently. Stephanie, a 6-year-old girl, got lost during Halloween. Apparently, she followed some fireflies in the woods and could not get back home. Her parents called the sheriff. They conducted a search but could not find her. 2 hours later, Stephanie got home safe and sound. When asked how she found her way back, Stephanie said a young lady found her crying and brought her back. She didn't know the lady's name, but remembered her being pretty and having long black hair. She was wearing a black dress similar to what the mansion maids wear at work. The strange thing is that when I asked around, all the maids said that they were working that evening. Sophia? Okay. Looks like we have some rooms to investigate. So I reckon it was Trisha's, Nanny's, and tea room. So let's take a look at Trisha's room. Trisha's room key. Alright, here we go. Birdcage. Really? Trisha requested that all her books be brought to her room in the hospital. It's locked. My diary and a key. Looks like a cabin key. Date November 13th, 1988. Scott's a strange kid. Very quiet. I don't think it's right for the other boys to bully him and call him names. I wonder why Scott's parents didn't want him. January 6, 1989. I don't like after-school programs, especially ballet. It's difficult and boring, and I hate proper etiquette. What's wrong with being myself? I don't need to be like Mum. August 3rd, 1989. I haven't seen Dad for a while. I wonder when he'll be back. Every time I enter the study room, I can smell his tobacco smell. It's the perfect reminder when he's gone for so long. I miss Dad. Mum's always working. She's so busy with other people that she has no time for me. No date? Maybe it's ongoing. Sometimes I wonder if Mum loves me. Aww. Maybe I should call Dorothy Mother instead. Study room code 44871. So we can get into Scott's cabin now. So Trisha didn't exactly unconditionally love her mother, but she's not a killer. Like, she's not the type to kill. Okay, so we have 2 more rooms in here. We have the tea room and the maid room, which I thought we already had access to the maid. Maybe guest room? So, right on the other side. Yeah, we already have access to the maid room. Okay, hold on. Dorothy's room, maybe. So across from security. Okay. Oh, Holy Bible. Religious. January 31, 96. Dear Charles, I've worked here for more than 20 years, and I'm so glad that I was able to spend the time here with everyone. January 31, 96. I greatly appreciate the opportunities you gave me and the time I spent with Trisha. Trisha was everything to me, and she loved me. She smiled whenever I called her. I wish I could have given her more. Despite what has happened here in Painscreek, there are moments of pure joy that we've all shared together. I will hold on to these memories. I'm sorry that I'm leaving and won't be able to serve you anymore. Thank you for everything. Please take care of yourself. Sincerely, Dorothy. So that might be related to Vivian and Trisha. So like the whole Trisha saying, I wish Dorothy... maybe I should call Dorothy Mother instead. That sort of thing. So Trisha might have done this. Diary. September 23, 94. I can't believe that Andrew tried to kill himself again. Thank God for Scott. I cannot imagine what would have happened if Scott wasn't there to save him. Andrew was never like this when Laura and Daniel were here. Laura and Daniel. Even as his wife, I doubt Laura has any idea why Andrew turned out this way. So that's the kid and the wife. Laura works at a restaurant, maybe, and Daniel's, the kid. I can't blame her for leaving him and taking their son. I wonder if they've contacted each other since then. October 10, 94. I visited Andrew at the hospital today. He seemed different. He looked calm, as if he had somehow managed to find peace within himself. The attending nurse said Scott has been here almost every day, taking care of him and being with him. Andrew has been talking a lot with Scott. Andrew told me he's ready to see Laura and Daniel again. I'm glad to hear that. I should call Laura and tell her the good news. But did Laura want to see him? February 13, 95. Scott came to fix my leaking sink today. He did a wonderful job. I offered him tea and we talked quite a bit. Mostly about Charles and Vivian. I showed him my old photo album. To my surprise, Scott became very quiet. He asked me if he could borrow one of the photographs. I don't see why not. The photograph of Fiona. Must be. He thanked me and left in a hurry. Oh, I should call Laura and tell her about Andrew's situation. June 19, 1995. It's ironic that Andrew died shortly after being saved. I met Laura and Daniel at Andrew's funeral today. Daniel reminded me of Andrew. I can't believe he's already 15 years old. Last time I saw him, he was only 7. Laura said Andrew had been sending them money these last few years. She had been considering to return to Painscreek so they could be together again. If only I had called Laura before the fire accident. I feel so sorry for them. It's a lore-heavy episode today. Diary, another one. November 20, 1972. There's a newly hired maid named Sophia. I think Matthew recommended her, saying that she's his cousin. She's very pretty and has very good manners. She's a quick learner too and does whatever she's told to do. She's very eager, asking a lot on what she should do and how she should act when Charles and Vivian are present. How to be perfect at her job. I like her already. March 10, 1973. The guys delivering food to the mansion were gawking at Sophia, as if they've never seen a pretty girl before. I had to ask Sophia to go back into the house, otherwise someone might have funny ideas. Her uniform needs a little more cover. I wonder if Charles tried to, and then Vivian, definitely could be an affair, because we know that Charles had an affair, and we know that Vivian knew about the affair, even if the affair that was mentioned was not Sophia, which it's not clear that it's not, but even if it isn't, that establishes his character and her character. Although it looks like she was just accepting it, the affair, rather than, reacting. June 20, 1973. Matthew sometimes comes over and checks to see if Sophia is doing okay. I tell him he's worrying too much, that Sophia is loved by all. Matthew seems pleased every time I say this. If I didn't know better, I'd think that Matthew liked her, but Matthew was her cousin, right? Oh, if I didn't know any better. Okay, September 24, 1973. It rained heavily today. Sophia and I were having our tea break when she asked me, "What does it feel like to be loved?" I said, "Well, it's like the feeling you get when you are with your parents." She was quiet for a moment and then replied, "It's hard for me to imagine because I don't have parents." Lots of orphans in this game. I didn't know what to say to her at that time, but after the break was over, I decided to make an effort to care for her more. Okay, interesting. I reckon Charles might have tried to crack onto her, either, willingly, or she's asking what does it feel like to be in love, either willingly or, unwillingly. Also, could Vivian always not conceive, or was it due to the operation that she couldn't conceive? Because they've got Trisha, so I didn't connect, but yeah. So there's that. Okay, nothing in here. Alright. So we have the tea room here, and then we have Scott's cabin. Jeez, the game's opening up for us, isn't it? After such a painful either previous episode or start of this episode, depending on how I cut it. Tea room must be downstairs. Nope, that's a keypad. Could that be the study room? 44871. Study room. Alright, and we have the map now. The other half of the map. Study room, library, entrance. Where's the tea room? Is the tea room on the next... Oh, the tea room is upstairs. Lighter. Another locked desk. What's this? What's this? The Jungle Book. Yeats, the story of Tonti. It's everywhere. He needs an item to place. There's a missing book here. Medical and Health Encyclopedia, Volume 10. Yes, there's a missing book to place. That might, Study room. So I wonder if there's something here. Yeah, maybe there is a secret room. Okay, chess piece. 5. One is 2. Painscreek Community Hospital, 45 Blackpine Road. Vivian Roberts medical report. Dear Charles Roberts, Vivian's situation is currently stabilizing. She has accepted the fact that she cannot conceive anymore. Okay, so that's after the operation. However, she needs time to fully recover, and a 6-month rehabilitation is necessary. Your presence at the hospital has been noted to upset her. This only helps prolong her recovery. I am suggesting that you try and refrain from visiting your wife until she's in a better state to receive you. Your mother's desire for a boy to be an heir to your family has caused tremendous strain on her. Please consider addressing this issue with your mother. This might be why Charles is has got so close to Scott. So he couldn't actually have a male heir. So it's like, maybe he's, trying to make that heir figure. Painscreek Community Hospital regards a patient's recovery as the highest priority. Our staff will do their very best to help Vivian. I apologize for any inconvenience this may cause you. Henry Johnson. So this means that if Henry Johnson is dodgy in some way, he's not in Charles's pocket. He might be in Vivian's, but not Charles's. Because this letter's, okay, is that just one thing? Yep. Calc is short for calculator. There's the book. Nothing here. Secret room. Pawn, so 2 and 5. Are there more chess pieces? There's only 2 in here. So, is it just the white pieces? Then it'd be rook, bishop, king, queen, so it'd be 4 more. We'll keep those pushed. Okay, so tea room upstairs is another room we can look into. I reckon that's this one. Okay, fine china. Grandfather clock. I need an item. Another Vivian Roberts diary. A key with an exquisite design. Friday, April 28, 1972. Charles is running for election. I talked to Wilson and Edwards and they have both agreed to support us. I don't think they are doing this solely to gain business benefits. Rather, they believe in Charles. Their support will help boost morale for our party. Friday, June 30, 72. It's our anniversary today. So that's going to be the password to something. Maybe the safe downstairs. Friday, June 30, 1972. Charles invited me to my favorite restaurant. It was a complete surprise and I was so happy. I thought he might have forgotten. After dinner, we spent the rest of the evening walking along the beach. We talked as if we were teenagers in love. I could not remember the last time I felt this carefree. Wednesday, August 9th, 1972. Magdalene is coming. What should I do? She's always asking when we'll be having kids. I don't think I'm ready yet. Not when I'm still recovering from the miscarriage. Friday, October 13th, 1972. Edwards called today and tried to push me in favour of a business agreement that we discussed months ago. I rejected his request since it will breach the trust agreement between our companies. I didn't expect him to threaten me by backing out from supporting Charles. If that'll happen, so be it. I would rather lose his support than try to make deals with people with no integrity. Okay. Content recorded. That's a dustpan, not a photo frame. February 17th, 1993. Nelson and Brown investigation. RE investigation on Painscreek Community Hospital donation funds. Dear Miss Vivian Roberts, our latest investigation shows that Dr. Henry Johnson has been embezzling funds from the Roberts Relief Foundation. He's sending a proportioned amount to an offshore private account under the name of Jefferson Investments, LLC. Every 5th of the month, an exact amount of $9,990 is being transferred, supposedly for the payment of medical supplies and equipment. However, neither the equipment or medical supplies could be accounted for. This has been going on for the past 16 months. As of now, the total amount embezzled nears $160,000. Sincerely, Roland Brown. Well, Dr. Henry Johnson ended up dead. Hate mail. There's a bunch of hate mail stored here. It's always locked, always locked. Okay, so we have another key. And I have an idea of what that safe code might be. Let's go to the safe first. Imagine I do all this right, and then I fall through the thing on the way out. I should save and quit and then but what year? What year? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So hold on. So 06. Let's try a couple. So if it is their anniversary, that's the code. They've been married for more than 5 years, and I'm not going to keep trying every number. Okay, so I guess just to try this key on everything now. Oh, this is the first room it works. Ah, the bedroom. Another key. Keys everywhere. Room 201. Was the private investigator killed by someone in this mansion? Why else would the 201 key be here? Holy crap, and this is knocked over? A struggle happened here. There's a bonnet. What's this? Glasses. A diary. Monday, January 20th, 1994. Andrew came and told me he didn't need an assistant. He said Scott is too inexperienced and is a burden to him. What he hasn't realized is that the garden has not been maintained well over the past few months, that his drunk behavior is irritating, and that Scott is actually doing more work than he is. Scott is a fast learner. He should be up to speed in no time. Charles was the one who insisted on hiring him anyway. Charles likes the boy. They've been hunting together quite a number of times, and Charles always seems happy with his company. I just don't understand his love for hunting. He sometimes spends more time in his hunting cabin than he does at home. Tuesday, January 3rd, 1994. I was shocked to learn that Scott has been asking around about Sophia. How did he know about Sophia? Who could have told him? It must be Andrew, that drunk. I told him Sophia is gone. Those hallucinations of his is getting worse. He needs to see Henry and get more pills. I'll need to have Bernard keep an eye on Scott from now on. I'll try and see who he talks to, who he asks. Oh my. She's not looking very innocent here. Friday, April 8th, 94. I called Oliver and asked if he could be the main photographer for the Easter fundraising event. When he asked what the funds will be used for, I told him it will be used to raise awareness of Painscreek to promote our town's tourism. After listening, he agreed to help. When asked how much he would charge, he simply said it'd be free. I was surprised. I appreciate his contribution to this town. Tuesday, April 12th, 94. The deal with Howard Medical came through just as I anticipated. Instead of being happy, I feel empty. Am I getting numb from work? Or is it that I don't care anymore? Saturday, May 14th, 94. Our dinner tonight was quiet. Charles didn't eat much. He asked me about my day, but I didn't want to talk about it. As a matter of fact, I don't want to talk to him much these days. Trisha was sullen as well. She's distancing herself from me and I can feel it. She used to confide in me about everything. Now we hardly talk. Is stopping her from seeing Scott wrong? Wednesday, July 6, 94. I don't want Trisha to be near Scott anymore. Of all the men in this world, why would Trisha pick him? This is unacceptable. So this is like a portrait of a family drifting apart, and it's all Vivian's doing, really. Although I guess Charles did have the affair. Wind-up key, we know where that goes. We're doing so much today. It's feast or famine with these episodes. Okay, where's the clock? In the tea room, I think. It's locked. Back to the tea room. Nothing happened. Oh, it needs a time. When is... hold on. So, Mary Martinez notes, tea time is 3:20 on the dot. 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 on the dot. Dear Vivian, June 18, 1975. I am not writing to you as your doctor, but as a friend. I know you had your suspicions about Charles. Now that his affair is revealed, there is no point beating around the bush. If you want to protect yourself and Trisha, there is only one way. You have to make Sophia and the baby leave Charles. They need to be moved away from Painscreek. You will, of course, have to compensate her for leaving. Whoa. As for Charles, he will need to know that having his affair publicly known will destroy his political status. People are not so forgiving when the mayor they trust is involved in such a scandal. I figure that Charles will try to add the child into the family registry. I would do the same if I were him. It is a boy after all, and the child will be able to continue the family line. If that should happen, I cannot imagine what will happen to you, Henry Johnson. Holy shit. Vivian, I have given careful thought to your request, and here is my answer. I have provided a new prescription for your mother-in-law, Magdalene. It is 3 times the strength of her usual dosage. Detailed instructions will be sent with the medicine. Should you decide to do it, You will need to administer the medicine carefully so that no one suspects anything. Call me if you have any questions, Henry Johnson. P.S. Make sure no one else in the mansion ingests any of it. Vivian probably killed the mother. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know if that's... I'm taking my pictures externally, so I don't know if that's gonna give me any points. Holy shit. What a revelation. So we have Scott's cabin and a room 201. Should we start with Scott's cabin? Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. I didn't fall through the ground though, so that's good. Now that we've found things out, are we in danger? So here, is this the well? Master Carpentry. Daniel G. Jackson work as a master carpenter. Probably needs a bit of proofreading, this book. Concludes the Working with Wood series in his final work, Master Carpentry. Here you will learn how to craft the most complex structures with just wood, create puzzles, hidden doors, and hide secrets in plain sight with Jackson techniques. This is not a book for beginners, so prepare to test your skills and see if you have what it takes to be a master carpenter. Ooh, so maybe that's a hint. Maybe that's, yeah. That same dustpan model everywhere. Okay, so... chest box. Okay, so that's back at the church. Diary. Sunday, February 14th, 93. Today is Valentine's Day. I wanted to spend the day with Trisha, but Charles invited me to go hunting. I was nervous. Not because it's my first time hunting, but because it's with Trisha's dad. It turned out that I actually enjoyed being with him. I feel comfortable talking to him. Friday, June 18th, 93. I don't get it. Why would Father Matthew forbid me to be with Trisha? Is it because I am not rich? I think I know why. Maybe they're half brother and half sister. Scott's an orphan. Sophia had the son, right? I wonder if the times line up. I wonder if the dates line up. That could be why, you know? No one would tell him why, because that would reveal a secret. But it's incest. Friday, June 18th, 93. I don't get it. Why would Father Matthew forbid me to be with Trisha? Is it because I'm not rich? Or because I'm an orphan? He didn't explain anything to me. Maybe he doesn't love me anymore? I feel so confused. Tuesday, June 22, 93. We quarrelled again today. I couldn't stand Father Matthew's preaching attitude, so I yelled back at him. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I'm so frustrated. Father Matthew said that I'm not an orphan. What does that mean? Does he know who my parents are? I pressed him to keep talking, but he wouldn't tell me anything after that. I need to know more. Saturday, July 31, 93. In these past weeks, it has become more difficult for me to talk to Father Matthew. Whenever we speak, he addresses only church stuff. I've realized that I'm starting to avoid Father Matthew. Whenever he asks me how my day was, I don't feel like answering him. When I ask him about my past, he's always trying to change the subject. I feel so frustrated. Thursday, September 2, 1993. I've moved out of the church. Father Matthew did not object, although he looked a bit sad. Mr. Roberts was kind enough to let me stay at his cabin if I am willing to work for him as an assistant gardener. That way, the mansion garden can still be well maintained even when Andrew cannot make it. Wednesday, November 3, 93. It's been a month since Charles gave me this cabin to stay. I still don't know where to start my investigation. Andrew has been drinking. Bernard asked me to bring him home today, Whenever he's drunk, he accuses himself, saying that he's a sinner. Sometimes he would mutter names that I've never heard of. Of all the names, I think I only recognize Magdalene. I just can't remember where I heard that name before. Sunday, November 7, 93. I just returned from the orphanage and found out that it was Father Calvin who brought me there. The record sheet stated that I was from Painscreek. How? If I was born in Painscreek, there must be records of me at the hospital. But I've checked, there's none. Thursday, November 16th, 93. I broke into Father Matthew's bedroom today. I shouldn't have done that, but he might have had something that could tell me about my birth parents. He didn't have anything relevant. Saturday, November 20, 93. Andrew's drunk again. This is the 5th time I had to bring him home and then cover his shift. It's getting quite annoying. As I laid him down on his bed, he muttered repeatedly, "I'm so sorry, Sophia." Who's Sophia? Holy shit. Another key to something in the church. No keys here. Ooh, some kind of pill bottle. Unmarked. No toilet paper on the roll. That's locked. So that's the church one. Yeah, no, that wouldn't. Yeah, of course not. Anything else here? Oh, milk. Oh, wait, what? The knife has a dull blade. There might be something hidden here. So this is to the back porch, maybe. No, that's to the back porch. Okay. Okay, let's, hold on. Okay, they don't open. Alright. Room 201, shall we? A locked briefcase. Bible. Okay. The code is Calvin's date of birth. Oh. So is the ghost the one who jumped? Steve Moss. Bernard Hopkins, 31 Silver Lake Boulevard. Father died in mine accident. He was at home the day Vivian was killed. No alibi. Interview with Dorothy, done. Interview with Mary tomorrow at Moon Cafe, done. Meeting with Sheriff at the outpost at 10 a.m. on 5th the 11th. That wasn't done. He mentioned wanting to show me some files. I found a hidden panel in the inn's reception area. It's part of the counter. It's hard to pop open. The latch is placed at one of the corners. There's some interesting stuff they hide in there. Interesting. Smoker, that stuff's gonna kill you, Moss. Some Bibles in here, right? Yep. Okay, so there's a latch at the corner. Of the counter. Lock toolbox. In the inn's reception area. It's part of the counter. The latch is placed at one of the corners. So it wouldn't be over these because there's just a... What is this? Or is that just a texture seam? In the inn's reception area. It's part of the counter. Logbook. March 20, 97. There's a private investigator in town by the name of Steve Moss. Rumor has it that someone hired him to investigate Vivian's death after the police ceased their own search. It's a tragedy that Vivian's murder case was never solved. April 9, 97. I saw Matthew today while he was cleaning the church. He looked thinner than he used to be. We talked for a bit. He told me that he will be leaving Painscreek soon as his services won't be needed here anymore. I think the recent deaths in Painscreek affected him tremendously, not to mention the tragedy that befell his adopted son, Scott. Even now, no one knows what really happened. None of the cases were ever solved. Sometimes I wonder if Scott did kill Vivian, or was he just unfortunate and wrongfully accused. April 14th, 97. Mr. Moss came by today. He decided to question me, see if I know anything he hadn't already learned. I told him everything I legally could. When asked how his investigation went, he said something about an incident that happened in 1975, which might just be the breakthrough that he needed. As he left, I could not help but wonder if it had anything to do with the mansion maid who left Painscreek. Interesting. Alright, so we have some stuff for the church now. Chest box and... yeah, okay. We still need a shovel. So, Father Calvin's birthday. So on the side of a wooden cabinet somewhere is the keyhole. Oh, there's no locked box here. Hacking day, moving out, meeting Trisha. If Diary. January 16th, 1975. A few months have passed since I arrived here. The missionary trip is harder than I expected. There is no clean water, the food lacks nutrients, and there isn't enough medicine. We have requested help from the WHO, but haven't received any reply yet. I feel so frustrated. What can I do? March 3rd, 1975. When Father Calvin first sent me here, he asked if I would be willing to stay for 6 months. It would be a good training for me, he said. I agreed. That was before I came. 6 months have now passed. I think I will extend this for another 6 months. The people here need as much help as they can get. I am not a good doctor, but I can help them through my support and prayers. I will let Father Calvin know about my decision. September 16, 1975. Time flies. I can't believe I'll be going home tomorrow. I will miss the people here. At the same time, I can't wait to get back home and meet everyone again. September 19, 1975. Father Calvin summoned me this morning and told me that Sophia had left Painscreek. How can that be? The last time we wrote, she told me she had so many things to share with me when I got back. Was she forced? Is she hiding something? I just cannot believe that Sophia left without telling me anything. Something must have happened to her that she could not tell me. December 29, 1975. It's been almost 6 months since Sophia left Painscreek. I have asked everyone around. No one seemed to know where she went. Father Calvin told me to let it go. He's right. I should not dwell on matters of the heart. There are more important things in life that I need to focus on. If Sophia and I are meant to meet again, God will let me know. It's time I move on with my life. Okay. O'Malley and Associates, Attorneys at Law. Dear Mr. Brooks, we have evaluated your case and we accept the request to represent your son, Scott Brooks, in court. We are in the process of drafting an appeal for his release. Considering the sensitivity of the situation, we urge you not to make any public statements until consulting with us. Additionally, we would like copies of any government documents relating in any way to you or your son. Medical records, transaction receipts, travel documents, previous criminal charges, if any, etc. The more we have, the better we can help your son's case. We will be in contact within the next few days. Emerald State Bank, statement period, 95, so this is within 2 months, roughly almost 2 months. Matthew Brooks, donation from the Roberts family, $1,000. Check from car dealership, 4892. Our payment for church maintenance, Sunday tithing, plus 300. Hosting community potluck, minus 256. First payment, 1 RST first. Payment for Scott's lawyers, 2,000. Sunday tithing, 321. Roof fixing, 236. Cemetery maintenance, 78. Sunday tithing, less. Second payment fee for Scott's lawyers, 3,000. Pilgrimage travelling fee, youth program finance. Why is he getting donations from the Roberts family? Diary. February 25, 1971. I had always wanted to be adopted, but I guess heaven had something else in store for me. Instead of being taken in by a family, I came to Painscreek Trinity Church. To be honest, I would prefer to have a real family with people whom I can call mum and dad. But Father Calvin said God has other plans for my future, and in time I will come to realize it. May 2, 1971. The Roberts family is looking for a new maid. I told Miss Roberts that a relative of mine would fit the position really well. I know I shouldn't lie, but I want Sophia to be here in Painscreek. Father Calvin always said we have to help those who are in need. Sophia is in need, and I am sure she will be glad to have this job. August 10, 1971. Since starting at the job in the mansion, Sophia has settled in nicely. Whenever she has time off from work, we've been exploring Painscreek together. I have so much to show her. This is just like the orphanage days, and I'm extremely comfortable being with her. October 27, 1971. Today was Sophia's day off. We ate at the Moon Cafe again. I can't seem to get enough of this place. The food is delicious, the atmosphere relaxing, and the coffee tastes great. Maybe it's all because of Sophia's company. Still, I love to hang out here. This is definitely one of my favorite places in Painscreek, followed closely by the church and the Little Big Books. So they're not real brother and sister, they were just both orphans at the same orphanage. Okay. We still haven't seen this hidden cross thing yet. Where's the chest box? Ah, probably here. A key to a basement. St. Patrick Orphanage, February 2, 94. Dear Scott, I'm Sister Rachel. Although I wasn't here when you last came, I hope you remember me. I was your nursing mother after you arrived here all those years ago. I understand that you came here earlier to find out how you came to be at St. Patrick's Orphanage. On July 4, 1975, Father Calvin came to us holding a basket with you in it. He said that you'd lost your parents and there's no one to take care of you. He told us your name was Scott. After he left, Sister Emma asked if I would be willing to take care of the baby. At first, I hesitated because it was a huge responsibility, but when I saw your face so full of innocence and curiosity, I felt as if God Himself had delivered you to me. I accepted the task. When you were 10, Father Matthew came to see you. He had just become the head priest of Painscreek Trinity Church. He visited often, usually at the beginning of the month. Whenever he left, he would leave an envelope containing a small sum of money. He said it was for everything you needed, and that whatever was left was given to the orphanage. I would be lying to say that I wasn't sad when you left the orphanage, but when Father Matthew adopted you, I believed that your life would be better in Painscreek than here, and I dearly hope it's so. Everything enclosed within the package used to be yours. I think you should have these. May God bless you. Sister Rachel Davis. Train Doll Diary. Tuesday, November 30, 93, I asked Andrew about Sophia. First he freaked out, saying that I shouldn't go around speaking that name. Then he said that he had never heard that name in his life. Is he hiding something? Why would he lie about Sophia? This makes me want to know who Sophia is even more. Thursday, December 2, 93, I asked Wanda if she knew anything about Sophia. She said Sophia used to work as a maid in the mansion for a few years until she was let go. When asked why, Wanda said she didn't know. However, she thought that Sophia was a manipulative woman that would do anything to get what she wanted. Wanda resented that, and that's Wanda being jealous, remember that? Wednesday, December 8, 93, I met Derek today and asked if he knew anyone by the name of Sophia. Apparently, he's not on speaking terms with me. I wonder if it has anything to do with Trisha. Monday, December 13th, 93, during today's lunch break, I asked Bernard if he knew about Sophia. He was surprised that I knew the name, but proceeded to say that he did not know her that well. Somehow, I feel uncomfortable whenever I talk with Bernard. His cold gaze gives me the shivers. Saturday, December 18th, 93. I met Dorothy while tending to the garden. I asked her about Sophia. She looked confused. She was curious as to where I heard that name. I told her it came from Andrew. She kindly explained that Sophia was a close friend of hers when Sophia first came to work for the Roberts family. Unfortunately, she had an affair with Charles when Vivian was hospitalized. Shortly after, she left Painscreek. No one has heard of her ever since. Dorothy thinks that Sophia has probably started a new life in another place. I wonder if the affair was the reason why everyone's quiet about it. I think she's dead. So there's nothing else in here. So, let's go to the basement. It's locked. Where is the keyhole? There's no keyhole. Found inside a chest in the church. It belongs to Scott. Oh, the cabin. Back to the cabin. Back to the cabin. Oh, birdhouse. Alright. Basement time. Ah, there we go. Ah, we don't have a cross. Where's the key? Indeed. So Moss had been here. Moss has been all over the place. Monday, February 14th, 94. On Valentine's Day, Trisha gave me some chocolate. I've never seen that brand before. I bet it must be expensive. I haven't finished making the music box. I had hoped that it would be her Valentine's Day present. I'll just give it to her later. Hopefully she can forgive me. Friday, February 18th, 94. It's been quite some time since I last talked to Father Matthew. He's always asking how I'm doing after Sunday service, but I tend to ignore him whenever possible. I know it's wrong. I need to find a way to make amends with him. Tuesday, April 1994. The grass has been growing wild lately. The weeds are everywhere and Andrew's not here. Actually, he hasn't been here for quite a while now. I wonder what happened to him. I should visit him after work tomorrow. Saturday, September 23, 94. I was about to pick Andrew up for work when I found him lying unconscious on the floor. There was an empty bottle of sleeping pills on the table. I immediately called the ambulance. According to the nurse, this is Andrew's third suicide attempt. She's glad that I saved him in time. An hour later, and he could have died. I don't know why Andrew would commit suicide. What I know is that he must be lonely. He needs a friend. Wednesday, September 28, 94. I visited Andrew at the hospital today. He is out of ER and is recovering quite well. While I was cutting the fruits, he told me his story. In 1972, there was a maid. The hidden truth? There was a maid who came to work at the mansion. Her name was Sophia. She was a hard-working young lady with a great personality. She was loved by many. A few years into her job, however, she had an affair with Charles. A child was born. When Vivian found out, she was furious and decided to kick her out of Painscreek. What happened after that was a tragedy. On June 26, 1975, at 11 p.m, Vivian, Dr. Johnson and Andrew confronted Sophia. A fight broke out. Sophia fell and hit her head on a nearby well. She stopped moving. Dr. Johnson checked her and realized she was dead. Her neck had broken. No one knew what to do. Vivian then asked Andrew to take care of the body and her baby. Andrew did what he had to do to protect Vivian. After that night, they vowed to never tell anyone about the incident. Before leaving, I asked Andrew what the baby's name was. He said it was Vincent. As I left the hospital, I couldn't help but pity Andrew. He's lived a confusing life and the struggle shows. I hope he can heal. Did Scott piece together that he was the kid? It's not confirmed that he was the kid, but he's the kid. He must be. Did Scott piece that together before he died? Is what I wonder. Okay, I just want to try a couple of things. We're running really late today, but I just want to try a couple of things. First things first, I want to see if I can pick up that crucifix. It didn't give me the prompt to do it, but I want to see if I can do it. And on the way there, I want to check out the gutters, seeing if this car thing can open them. Doesn't work. Okay, I need something to pull these bolts. Can I pick this up? No, I can't. Damn. I actually still have this for some reason. So is there no tool in here? Ah, a blanket with a moon. Okay, 1975. Blanket with the moon, stars, and my baby boy next to it. 1975. Doesn't work. 1202. And of course I mean 1203. Okay. When was Father Calvin born? Is a question I'll be asking next time. Thanks for watching. Really happy with this episode, especially compared to the last one, or the earlier half of this one, once again, if I joined them. Thanks for watching. See ya.